Okay, so chapter 8, measures of dispersion. So kalau kamu tengok, there are similarities with your lower form chapter we call as measures of distribution. So naik upper form, kita call as measures of dispersion. But for this chapter, we're going to focus on ungrouped data. Okay, so we're going to focus on ungrouped data. So I've told you before in your lower form, what is the difference between group and ungrouped data. Okay, so kita akan recap sekejap je apa beza di antara dua. Ungrouped data refer kepada di mana values or our data is singular, meaning dia tidak ada range. There is no minimum, no maximum. So for example, kalau saya ambil kira the number of siblings, okay, probably ada yang 3, the other person should have 5, the third person only 1 sibling, the other person has no other sibling, okay, so ... so on. So this is all called as ungrouped data. Okay, different with group data is, for example, your weight, height or weight. Okay, di mana height, mungkin the first person has the height of 151.7 centimeters. Okay, the second person probably 162.1 centimeter. The third person is so on lah. Okay, and then from this data, we do a range. Okay, the first range should be from 150 to 154. And then 155 to 159. And 160 to 164. Okay, so from this range, kita tengok data that we have collected. And then we categorize. So 151.7 would be on the first range. 162.1 would be on the third range. So dia ada satu frekuensi, satu frekuensi. So this is the difference. Ungroup data individually. We consider this data individually. For group data, usually kita akan ada frequency table di mana kita ada range. Okay, so dulu lower form kita belajar pasal bila ada group data, kita ada model class. Okay, kita ada minimum, kita ada maximum. Kita belajar kita ada midpoint. Right? Macam mana nak kira mean when you have group data. That is all that we learn in lower form. Okay, so naik upper form, kita akan focus on dispersion. Lower form is distribution. Upper form dispersion. In form 4, we're going to focus on ungrouped data. In form 5, we're going to focus on group data. Okay, so this year is just this kind of data. Next year is going to be this kind of data. Okay, so that is just a little summary of what is the meaning of group and ungrouped data. So we continue with our learning standard. So today kita akan cover 2 learning standards. The first one is to explain the meaning of dispersion. Okay, so if you understand English, dispersion, I would say dispersion is like keselerakan. Maksudnya, how is my data dispersed throughout my range? Okay, so selalunya bila I refer to dispersion, does not mean this one thing. It means 4 different elements in mathematics. Okay, dispersion usually refers to range, interquartile range, variance, and standard deviation. So you have 4. The first is range, the second interquartile range, third variance, fourth is the standard deviation. Okay, so the first one we are familiar with. We have been taught in lower form. Interquartile range is something new. Variance and standard deviation also something new. Okay, so kita akan pergi one by one what it meant by these four, and then macam mana dia refer kepada our ungrouped data. Okay, so second dia cakap when you have a small range, okay, I repeat again apa maksud range? Lower form, range means difference between the maximum and the minimum value. Okay, range is the difference between the maximum and the minimum value of the set of data. Okay, so bila range is small, so meaning kita ada small dispersion. So if you have a large range, so we have a large dispersion. So just remember that. Okay, we're going to go to example 1. Okay, this is since this is the first learning standard, the questions are not that hard. It's simple je. Diagram below shows a dot plot of the length in centimeter of a sample of several types of insects. Okay, and then we have the dot plot. We have to state the difference in size in centimeter of the longest insect and the shortest insect. Okay, bila dia cakap pasal longest and shortest and dia minta difference, sebenarnya soalan ni minta range. Okay, but you don't need to write range lah. Write as difference. Okay, how do you read your dot plot? Hopefully you guys still remember. So kita tengok dot yang paling minimum ada dekat 3.1. Cannot see. It is actually at 3.1 minimum. Okay, and then maximum is not 7. Dia ada dekat sini. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6.8. Kita ada 3 data yang mempunyai value yang sama, which is 6.8. So the difference would be 6.8 minus 3.1. So you will get 3.7. That's it. Okay. That is how you read dot plot. Okay. So that is the end for the first learning standard. So it just wants you to know that bila kita cakap pasal dispersion, we are referring to these 4 elements. Okay. Dan cakap pasal di mana bila kita ada dispersion yang kecil, maksudnya range ataupun difference kita adalah kecil. Okay. So here is 3.7. Tapi bila kita tak buat comparison, there is no comparison, so we don't know what we should label this as small ataupun a large dispersion. Okay, so that is why we go to the second learning standard. Why the second learning standard, we're going to compare and interpret dispersion of 2 or more sets of data. Okay, tadi kita introduce one set. Now kita nak akan buat 2 atau lebih, and then kita akan compare dan interpret. Based on what? Dia ada 2 plot sahaja, stem and leaf plot and dot plot. Dia akan guna 2 plot ini. And hence kita akan buat conclusion. So ini kita belajar in form 1, I think. stem and leaf plot dengan dot plot. So since dia in form 1, so teacher akan masukkan cara nak buat dia dulu. Okay, we go into stem and leaf plot. So we have one set of data. Okay, dalam data ni saya ada berapa ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 darab 4. 36 values. Okay, one set of data, I have 36 values. Okay, bila stem and leaf plot, kita tengok nombor yang di hadapan. You see each value has 2 digits. Okay, so one value ni 27, 27. The first digit is 2, the second digit is 7. Okay, so kita akan tengok the first digit. Okay, so ni ada 2, 2, 3, 3. All threes, ada 3, ada 4. Then we have 5. Okay, so stem and leaf plot, stem dia adalah the first digit. Okay, bila buat tu, kita kena buat macam ni. Sebelah kiri is our stem, sebelah kanan is our leaf. Okay, so stem will be the first digit. So first digit kita ada 2, kita ada 3, kita ada 4, kita ada 5. Okay, so start. 27. So stem to the second digit will be the leaf. 7. Okay, done. The second one, 29. So 2 stem. Jangan letak belakang 7. Bagi ada gap sikit. Tak 9. Okay, done. And then we have 31. So turun bawah, 31. Make sure dia sebaris dengan 7. Okay, turun bawah ni mesti sebaris. Okay, and then we have 32. Mesti sebaris dengan 9. And then we have 34. Okay. 35 ada 2 kali, jadi 5 tu will have 2 frekuensi dia 2 lah, ada 2 kali. 35. And then 36. 37 2 kali. And then 38 pun 2 kali. And then we have 39. Okay, so leaf kita untuk 3 tu agak panjang. Okay, and then 40, 40, 40, 41. 42 ada 4 kali. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you see dia mesti sebaris. Mesti sebaris. Okay, and then 43. And then 44 we have 2 times. Kita ada 45. Dan kita ada 46. Panjang lagi dah. 46. 47. 3 kali. 1, 2, 3. 48. 1 time. 49. 2 kali. Okay, settle. Okay, and then 52. 2 times. 53. And then kita ada 54. 52 kita ada 3 kali. 54. Okay. So itu kita punya stem and leaf plot. That's how you do it. So make sure it is every column tu dia tersusun sebaris-sebaris. Okay. And then dekat leaf from one digit to another digit, make sure kita ada gap. Dia tidak boleh ada rapat No comma. No comma is needed. Alright. So let's look at dot plot. So dot plot ini, this is once again is a set of ungrouped data. Ada berapa banyak? Ada 20 because there is 20 pupils in a biology quiz. Okay, so dot plot kita tengok individually setiap satu. Okay, berbeza dengan example 1. If you see example 1, dia gunakan grid, it is because the value has decimal. Okay, kalau saya punya ungrouped data has decimal place, your dot plot mesti ada grid. Okay, so it's different with this example where my values has no decimal place. So teacher boleh sahaja menggunakan garisan biasa. You have to use your ruler lah. Okay, paling minimum is 0, the maximum is 8. Jadi buat elok 0. Start dengan 8 lah, 8 kat belakang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, jauh sangat 8 tu. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that is my grid lah. Okay, start. 0 saya ada berapa? 1, 2. Okay. Buat 2 dot. Atas kosong. Okay, nombor 1. Saya ada 1 je. So, mesti sebaris. Start dari bawah. Again, and then 2. Ada 2 kali. So, 2 kali. And 3. Kita ada 1, 2. 4. I have 1 and 2. Oh, 3 ada satu lagi kan hujung ni. So, another 3. So, letak je kat atas. That's why it's easy. And then 5, 1, 2. 6, 1, 2. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. And then 8, saya ada 2. Okay, so that's it. That's the end. Okay, kalau kamu nak label boleh cakap lah kat sini. Scores for biology quiz. Okay, sebab nak tahu juga kan data ni apa. Okay, that's how you do a dot plot. Okay, easy. Stem and leaf plot. And then kita ada dot plot. Okay, let's go into comparison. So kita start dengan stem and leaf plot. So the following data shows the marks scored by class 4 Budi pupils in April and May. Monthly history test. So ini adalah April. This is in May. So satu kelas ni ada berapa orang ni? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So dia ada 25 pupils in one class. Okay. And then ni 2 bulan yang berbeza. So bila buat stem and leaf plot to compare, kamu tak perlu buat secara berasingan. You can combine them. Okay. Pergi saja stem letak di tengah-tengah. Sebelah kanan dan sebelah kiri akan jadi my leaf. Okay. Stem mesti ingat is the first digit. So tengok markah April. Paling minimum first digit dia adalah 3. markah Mei sama juga, minimum 3. Maximum up to 7. April tak ada 7. So buat je 3 until 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So April buat sebelah kiri. So the first digit is 32. So 32 and then 35 dua kali and then 39. Okay, done. And then 41, 41 again, 42, 43 ada dua kali, 44 dua kali, 46 satu kali. Aku tak cukup muat. Okay, 48 dua kali and then I have 49. Oh, tak muat. Okay, kita assume. Okay, and then 51, 53, 54, 54, 56, 58, 58, 58. Okay, 3 kali kan. And then 60, 61. Settle. Okay, sebelah Mei, you do the same thing. 34, 38, and then 40, 43, 46 dua kali, 49. 52, 53, 55 ada 3, and then 59 dua kali. And we have 63, 65, 66, 68, 68, 69. Settle. 71, 73, 75, 77. Okay. So itu cara you combine 2 stem and leaf plot in one. Okay. So bila kita do comparison. Okay. Kita nak cakap pasal dispersion. So dispersion, kita akan tengok difference. The highest 77 tolak 34. Yang April is the highest is 61 minus 32. Okay. Jadi bila you buat comparison, so difference in April ni is 61 minus 32. In May, it's going to be 77 minus 34. So in May will be 55. Salah, 53. Okay, 61 minus 32 is 29. Am I right? Yes. Okay.
Miss,
Yeah.
bukan 43 kah?
Kat mana yang saya salah? Ni
Iya,
Berapa ni?
43.
Okay, thank you. Saya main congak je ni. Okay, 43. Okay, so kita tengok difference, larger difference. So, May has a larger dispersion. April has a smaller dispersion. Okay. And then bila kita tengok stem and leaf plot kita tengok kat sini. Daripada sini saja saya boleh tahu dalam April pelajar lebih banyak dekat markah 40 lebih. Dan in May kita nampak dia ada peningkatan since more students makin meningkat. Okay, if you see lah dia punya pattern tu. Okay. So sebab tu kita kata stem and leaf plot, you can do a comparison just by seeing this macam pattern dia ni lah. Okay, you can see. Although May ada larger dispersion, tapi Maksudnya markah pelajar itu lebih bagus in May compared to in April. Okay. Alright. So dot plot, macam mana nak tulis. So dan dalam buku teks pun dia dah bagi siap-siap. So dot plot cakap pasal mathematics quiz and science quiz. Okay. And then dia ada 20 pupils. So ini adalah dia punya dot plot. So atas science, bawah matematik. So kalau kamu tengok kat sini skor dia. Science difference paling tinggi is 15 minus paling minimum is 8. So the difference will be 7. Maths difference maximum is 15, minimum is 9. So the difference will be apa ni? 6, right? Okay. So jadi science has a larger dispersion than maths. However, if you see, so walaupun science ada bigger dispersion, maksudnya data dia ni lebih merangkumi semua lah dalam range, tetapi matematik menunjukkan markah yang lebih bagus. Sebab kebanyakannya berada di 12. Okay, sementara sains dia ada beberapa yang di markah rendah. Matematik mungkin hanya ada 2 orang sahaja. So dot plot bila kita buat comparison, kamu kena perhatikan dia punya scale ni dia mesti ikut dengan scale kat bawah, atas dan bawah. So kat sini 8, kat bawah sini tak ada 8. So atas 9, bawah ni pun 9. Atas 10, bawah pun mesti 10. That is how you compare. Okay. So dia ada beberapa soalan lah. So dia kata which set of data shows a wider dispersion. So you have to justify, jadi maksudnya kamu kena buat ni, this calculation. And then you will say that science quiz has a wider dispersion. Okay. And then B, which quiz has a higher difference in value? So once again, kita cakap dia adalah science quiz. And then C, between the scores of science and mathematics quizzes, which pupil's achievement is better? So here, kita akan cakap dia adalah mathematics. Okay, mathematics is better. Dia tak suruh justify. You just bagi tahu je, mathematics. Okay, but hopefully you know lah why sebab kita buat comparison atas dan bawah. You see most of the students dia ada scores dia in the higher range compared to science quiz. Okay, so that is how we compare. And then that's it lah for the second learning standard. Alright, is there any question? Okay, if there is none, that's it for today's class. Sampai situ sahaja.